Wow!
There we go. Hey everybody, I'm Dave.
And I'm Suzette.
And I'm with Saddleback Leather, and so is she. And
I'm with Love 41. And are you?
kind of.
Okay.
I sleep with the owner. Anyway, so welcome to our house. We wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. Hope all is going well with you. We have our dogs here. They just walked off, so if this is happening like that, it's because of Mongol.
Big rescue dog who likes to knock things over.
And anyway, we wanted to welcome you into the house. It's just a little funny that we would be, doing this. So, but we thought, you know what? I was telling Suzette last night, back in the day when I was selling on eBay, and I'd have Blue by my side, that sort of thing. Well, I used to watch the auctions and see who bid, who lost, who bid again, the third time, fourth time. And I loved that. I loved getting in and mixing it up with people and like, hey, better luck next time, or hey, how's the weather in Cincinnati, all that sort of thing. So it was really cool. That was Mongo.
See? Told you. That's him. There's the proof right there. Mongol, be a good boy.
So anyway, so this is a chance, and we've grown some since then, and so it's a little more difficult to have a relationship very specifically with a lot of people. So anyway, here we are in our house, and we thought, hey, we just answer some questions and tell some stories, that sort of thing. Thanks for joining us.
So, over the next hour, we're going to be sharing some information about 2015 that only you peeps are going to hear first here tonight. And we're going to talk about some ways that we've been involved in Africa this last year. Doing, and what else, honey? I can't wait for you to show them the, you know what.
So,
can't wait.
This is one of the cooler things that we've got is a chess set. So I like playing chess. I grew up playing chess with Dad, and I'm not really good or anything. I can beat my brother-in-law Dennis. And my brother Jonathan, Aiden, if you're watching, you know it's true. But anyway, I thought, hey, this is cool, really, really cool chess set. And so I had this whole idea, and you know what? Sometimes when you have an idea, it's cool, but then it's too weird. So I was kind of careful about that. Anyway, I want to show that to you. We're hoping, they said to say first part of the year because we don't want to give anyone hope, but I think January. So, but they said not to say that.
Sorry, customer service.
Hey, I own the company, so I can say that. But sorry if it disappoints you if we don't get it in January. So the pieces being made are anyway, so we had that to show you.
And we'll wrap it up tonight with some Q&As. That's how we'll end the evening.
Yeah, some Q&As. So, we'll tell you about the store, the retail, the brick and mortar, super cool store, that sort of thing. So, anyway, it's I feel for if you're living in another country, if you're far away from home, I understand. Because one time, when I was in Mexico, I was teaching English. In fact, and I just got my first bag. No, I hadn't got my bag yet. It was like the guy was working on it, making it. And when I had Christmas, it was 1999, and I was down in Morelia, Michoacan, down in Mexico, kind of west of Mexico City, a few hours. And it was just not like Christmas. I had some friends, but I lived in this house with his family, and they had this Christmas tree, like a plastic Christmas tree, and I'm from Oregon, so that's like against the law. And so they had this plastic Christmas tree, and it was in the living room, and it was always going like that, and which was, it's kind of cute if you have a Christmas card and you open it. It was the same little mechanism, same sound, and it played really loud all of the time. And so that's the tap, like, hurry up.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. Sorry.
If you're married, you know that tap. So
there's no tap.
Anyway, it was going and going and going. That was like all the Christmas music I ever heard, because they didn't listen to Bing Crosby and all that sort of thing. Feliz Navidad, you got that one. But it was really disappointing to not be around what I was accustomed to for Christmas. And so there weren't a lot of decorations, and you didn't get the Christmas lights around all in the houses. And we grew up going around Christmas light looking with the family. And but when I got back, I appreciated this even more. And so it's kind of like, wow, look at all the lights on that house. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So, but I had my friends. But there's something about gone from home, I understand. Not having family around, so I invite you into our home for Christmas.
Since I'm the youngest of 10, I always got the hand-me-downs, which included my brother's hand-me-downs too. And so we had this work contest one year at Christmas to figure out who was the baby photos. And my photo, I was wearing my brother's shirt. And so I was the only one that everybody was like, where's Suzette? Where is she? I don't see her in here. Every single person thought I was a boy. So we grew up with not a whole. And one year, because the bed was a twin-size mattress, basically, I didn't have a bed. And the actual, what do you call it, honey, the legs on it were empty paint cans. So my mattress sat on 4 dented, old, empty paint cans. And I just thought, it's pretty normal. That's how we lived. And one day I came home, and it was Christmas time. And my dad said, oh, you heading up to your room? I said, yeah. So I walk up to my room, and I open the door, and there was my brand new water bag. If you know what I'm talking about. That water bed. I was like, oh! I was like amazed, because like rich people stuff, man, water beds. And I was like, what in the world? So that was one of the most memorable Christmases for me.
My parents didn't love me enough to have a water bed. So I just had the regular bed. I made it into a water bed until I... So that's a little secret just between you and I.
Oh, tell them about your pet peeve.
Oh, yeah. So here's this little thing. I've got this little pet peeve. And, for a while, it was going around like this idea that, hey, why don't you not give any presents to anyone for Christmas, and then the presents you could give would be to people who are really in need. And I think that, but at Christmas time, just focus on everyone else and say, and let them know, leave them a little note or something, said, hey, I gave, instead of giving you a gift, I gave it to someone in more need. And I think that's fantastic. My suggestion on that would be, instead of doing that, why don't you be generous all year long, and then at Christmas time, you just give a gift. And don't go over on gifts, but give a gift that's a representation of your love or your affection, your friendship that you have with someone else. A family member, it's just a little token of your gift, of your, it shows, it's like a sign of affection. But for someone to only go on Thanksgiving to the homeless shelter to feed or to help in some way, or only go one time a year to do something, I think that could be improved to doing it all throughout the year. And that way you're not teaching kids and neighbors that you do it once a year only, so you feel better. So anyway, feel free, and you know what? We're a retail company, so it's like obvious for me to say that, like buy gifts. But whether or not you buy anything from Saddleback, or you buy anything from Love 41, or you buy anything, at least get a little token gift. I thought about you at Christmas.
Even homemade ones. I love homemade gifts.
Even homemade gifts.
Yeah.
And just so you know, if you're thinking, how do I give this couple or this family member or whatever a gift? And I know it sounds like, that's not really a gift. Sitting for anyone who has kids, especially little kids.
That was one of our best.
It's like the best gift you can get is like, seriously, I want to give you 15 hours of babysitting or something like that, and you go,
or 30.
Or 30 hours. Like what? Like that's it's seriously, it's really cool. So consider that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you what about next
Honey, were you listening?
Holly. Okay, anyways.
Okay, so
You gotta talk about your homemade.
She tells me I talk too much all the time.
Your homemade Christmas gift, your holly. That's an idea that you guys can do. I have a nephew right now who is selling homemade mistletoe. Like 13, he just lives up in Oregon, and he was trying to figure out a way to make money. So his dad was like, "Go outside. Let's go go grab some branches and some leaves, some cool little stuff here, and let's make some mistletoes." And his mom was like, "Okay, whatever. No one's gonna buy that." He goes to Albertsons. 1 hour later, he has $96 in his pocket. No joke.
And he got kissed 10 times with all the mistletoe.
Which is priceless.
No, so yeah. So at Christmas time, what I used to do, since I'm from Oregon, I would go and at Christmas time, because I liked it to be real Christmassy. So I would go out to the park, because all the parks have fir trees, Douglas firs or some big fir tree, and I would cut boughs off the tree, and then we'd put them in the windowsills, and then I would go to the neighbor's bush. Usually there's a holly bush somewhere along the road, and I would go find a holly bush.
It's one of the dogs.
One of the dogs.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. So I'd go snip holly, and I would take it back and I'd put it on the mantle with the berries. And anyway, that was my little kind of Christmas tradition that no one could stop me from doing.
Okay, so that all being said, sometimes you guys ask, what is Africa about? What do you guys do? How truly is our or we get a lot of questions about Africa. Now, Africa is not the only place we're involved with, but we definitely have some very deep, there's Mongol again, sorry, very deep relationships in Africa. So, what are some of the things, honey, this past year? If we just talk about this year, some of the things that we've done in Africa and some that we've been able to impact over there through purchases included.
Well, so we wouldn't go over there if we didn't have a business, because then we wouldn't have any money to go over there. But
That's true.
of course I work, but then you have to take time. Anyway, so we only go over there because we have people who help us. So generally, there's no real specific thing, but what we're doing is we're developing all these relationships, also on the side, for like a factory over there. So, and hiring vulnerable women, hiring people in the sewing program that's already there, and anyway, so we're actively moving toward that. We're going back over this year to be digging into that more. But
the dogs are getting crazy. Seriously, this is ridiculous. It's because that they know we're live or something, but they're acting like wild dogs right now. I do not know what's going on. It's
not
ridiculous.
like wild dogs, because wild dogs would be like...
They're being ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, sorry about that.
So anyway, but what we decided is the people there know the needs more than we know the needs. So we didn't want to maybe try to make ourselves like more important than they are. So what we do is we talk to them and we say, what are the needs? And so here's some money from our company. And I know a lot of businesses do it. I just wish more, because then other businesses would feel kind of like, well, we don't, maybe we should, some positive peer pressure. So there's a dream daycare for the moms. Well, you can tell them about that.
Well, the kids, we were able to open the Dream Daycare. It's almost 3 years ago now, and this year we are fully funded, and we're looking at next year going in to be fully funded too. So that is huge. We're really excited about that. Dream Daycare are the children of the women who attend the sewing program over through Africa New Life Ministries. And for those of you who don't know who ANLM are, who they are, ANLM is Africa New Life Ministries. They are financially accountable through the ECFA, the Evangelical Council of Financial Accountability, which is like Billy Graham,
Focus on the Family, all those big ones.
Right, and they get audited every year from an outside firm. And I mean, it's one reason we love them, is because we know they're financially accountable. But we have the Dream Daycare we're hugely a part of. We are also, we started a ministry called Love Back. So you might go to the Facebook and you'll see the stories of this family that we got to meet this summer. They're actually the family of our son, Kwasa. And
like Love, Saddleback.
Love Back.
Love Back.
on Facebook.
It really works out good. Pretty cool.
So through Love Back, we have started English lessons. None of them speak English, but they're starting to. And we have also been doing discipleship classes every day because this is a family that when the husbands were in prison, the women would prostitute, and way worse. It was a very rough family.
And not that they like snuck away to do it because their husband's gone now, but the kids were getting really, really hungry, and they needed food.
So it's a tough, rough family that we're really involved with now. They've changed. They've been changing drastically.
In fact, Kwasa,
Our
son Kwasa, he didn't want us to meet his family because he was afraid we'd get hurt. So, and actually, this is really cool coming up. We have a feature-length documentary called Life After Death that has been going around the film festival circuit. It's about 75 minutes long, and it's loved. It's a loved film. So anyway, it's us in Rwanda and Kwasa's story, and it's super cool. It's not super cool unless you're my mom, but it's really cool. We like it.
Or my mom.
Or her mom, but it's a pretty cool movie, and we'll be releasing it. We're not sure exactly how we're going to release it, but starting in January, you'll be able to see it either through our website or through Netflix. So it's pretty cool.
What else, honey? You want to talk about the factories?
Oh,
Yeah.
Since we're speaking about film, one last thing. This is really cool. So we have Joe Callender. He is our filmmaker in residence, and he's the one who puts all these really cool films together, right? He makes everything, just something simple, look really cool. So he got, last year, we did an employee profile of Tim and Susan, and they have matching handguns. And it was a 95-second short, made it in Sundance. It was actually 18 scenes, so it was really hard to come up with that story. And then, but this year, announced as of December 9th, he got into Sundance, again with a film. We support JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and we got we did a short film. It's 11 minutes. I think it's 11 minutes, and what really type 1 diabetes is. And it's so good that Sundance said, we'll take that one. So it's January 22nd. It plays, it's called midnight3and6.com. It's not called .com, but you can go there, midnight 3 and 6. That's the time that my sister gets up, or her husband get up to check on their daughter who has type 1 diabetes, and a lot of times they don't make it at those hours. So anyway, Saddleback Leather Films got another one in Sundance because of Joe Callender. So
Way to go, Joe.
you'll be seeing that eventually too. That's going to really bring some awareness to juvenile diabetes and JDRF.
This year has been really, really busy for us because we have acquired 100% our factory down in Mexico. Old Mexico Manufacturing is now the new name. It used to be True Blue, and we changed it to short for OMM, or Old Mexico Manufacturing. And we're really excited about that because we were 50-50 with someone else, and now we bought the person out, and we're 100% owners. And we're excited because we're going to be able to start doing some really cool things for our people down there. For instance, today was their first class for marriage, like marriage
tune-up class.
Yeah, like a tune-up class.
So we used to fight, like especially before we got married. Oh my gosh,
there was
so
what
much.
Do you call that? Like the white picket fence. Like what is that? Like right before you get married, people say, "Oh, I want to have a wedding like the white picket fence." I don't know, something along those lines. I may be getting that mixed up. And I was like, I don't know. All we're doing is fighting, and I want to strangle them. I mean, it was crazy.
Seriously, we fought all the time. But then we got married, and a lot of that went down. A lot of
and
tensions,
sometimes it went up.
A lot of tensions went away and stuff like that. And but then we had some really good fights. And
you know what we're talking about.
You know, if you're married, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, so we called Love and Respect, and that really helped her out a lot. And so marriage is all better now.
Are you serious?
Well, okay, it helped both of us out. So I saw that. So anyway, so there are all kinds of the 5 love languages, his needs, her needs, different tips that people can get that really, really help their marriage. And so we thought, hey, if your marriage needs to tune up down in Mexico, any of the employees, we'll have it all in Spanish. We have some people who have been publicizing it. But today, December 9th, was the first day of the marriage class. It's a 30-minute course. It'll be after work for 30 minutes for, I'm not sure how many days. But we just want to help our employees.
We also have English lessons for them.
English lessons.
With Rosetta Stone, and we're also bringing in some curriculum, which is really cool. And then next year we plan to start a daycare. We want to be able to have, especially single moms, and have a place to bring their kids when they're working for us, and they get to learn English, and they get great health care, and they get just everything.
Same thing in Rwanda, but for there.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have our project manager and her husband, Joe, and Joe, are moving down at the end of December to go down to Mexico to help develop the internship program, to be teaching English, to be counselors, to act as chaplains with our employees. And so we're going to be starting an entire program, a 4-year English course for the employees. And anyway, we have a ton of stuff planned for the factory, but we've already started. Today was really cool. It was our first day. So we wanted it earlier, but yeah. So there we go.
Oh, I think the word has been getting out, honey. It's been leaking out. The big news. So.
She's pregnant.
No, I'm not. No, I'm so not. No, I'm not.
So I was thinking.
That is not what this is about, folks. Do not start that rumor,
I was
please.
thinking Saddleback baby. Baby got Saddleback. That's from Pete. But anyway, that would be the logo. The slogan.
No, tell us the news. Come on now.
So the
Seriously.
news is that we're opening our first store. So we don't wholesale in stores, but we are going to open our first store in the stockyards in downtown Fort Worth. And so every day, a couple times a day, they have this big cattle drive with the Longhorns. It's really cool. In fact, I have my great-great-grandfather Hudson rode down, not grandfather, he's an uncle, like my great-great-grandfather's brother. He rode down through the stockyards, bringing in cattle. He drove them down. Anyway, so it's the stockyards, but we're not cowboys. See, Saddleback's not cowboy. We're not like John Wayne. We're more like Clint Eastwood.
Or Johnny Cash.
Or like Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
We're not Garth Brooks.
What?
We're like Johnny Cash.
No, Johnny Cash.
Or Jack Johnson. But Jack Johnson's kind of out, but not really. Anyway, so we're going to have the cool store, and it may be around 10,000 square feet. So I'm going to have to fill really cool stuff.
Lots of more new designs. But it's not going to just be a store. It's going to be a destination.
Like
it's going to be your vacation. Like, we're going to go vacation to go see the store, honey.
We're going to have this roller coaster in there. Leather roller coaster. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
But it will be really cool, seriously. Love 41 will be there too. It'll be both of our presents there. We'll have women's, men's. We'll even have Chamberlain's leather milk in there too.
Chamberlain leather milk. So
you
check
can
this
get
out.
everything you want right under one roof there. That's what's going to happen.
So check this out.
Yes,
we're going to have like art, like.
This is a sneak peek, folks. This is what we're going to go check out tomorrow. We got a leather contest going on.
You can kind of. Are you seeing the website? So there's a leather owl.
That is made out of all of our scrap. Like scrap leather.
And like. It's a scrap leather. It's leather house. Okay, we're going to be posting those here a little later on Facebook. So we have all kinds of. No, it's not for sale. I'm not going to sell leather owls or leather houses.
Yes.
But you're going to like. If you're not on Facebook, our Facebook page, that's where we post most of this stuff first. Stuff we sell first, that sort of thing. But anyway, that's
you want to show them?
That's what we got going. So I'm always working on a couple things. And so I've been working with a guy named Eddie DeYoung with Vandenberg Humidors. And he does solid wood humidors, not MDF or pressboard, whatever, particle board, and then the veneer. He does solid wood, but he figured out a way to do solid wood because it expands and contracts with moisture. So no one's ever done it before until he did it. So let me show you. I may not do this, but I may. So check this out. So, we were always doing stuff. I've got a lot of things that I never did, but check this out. Okay, hold on. It's kind of weird with the camera like that. Here we go. This is Eddie already sells these with our leather here. We're gonna have here's a Vandenberg humidor with Saddleback cigar tube. Here's a lightly used ashtray with tobacco leather on here. And then we have this leather top humidor. Isn't that pretty? Eddie's so good at this. And I haven't switched over my cigars to this one yet, but and so here's the sleeve for it. See that? I need to put that on the other one. So anyway, this is that. Here's something kind of fun. So I was in Nairobi eating at this place, and really cool place, and they had this silverware like this. I was like, what? Shut up, that's so cool. I didn't tell them to shut up, but I said, that's really cool. Somewhere else I saw this, and I thought, oh, that's cool. So these things I might just sell in the store only. So, and not online. We'll probably have a lot of stuff there in the store online. I did some samples in different, so I'm always of things. Hey, tell you what, really good at decorating. Here are some pretty. This thing on? Okay, here we go.
I'll show 'em. Okay, can you see that?
Well, it may have gone off.
Where is it?
Is it still
Can't see.
It may have gone off.
As long as it's right at the top.
Okay.
Well, you can YouTube it because that's where I got the idea. But everyone's oohing on, and you just flip these up like so all the way, but you tuck it under, okay? And you keep doing that. You tuck these under, 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 and this one's gonna be a little sloppy. But hello, Christmas tree out of your napkin. How easy is that?
Okay.
So there you go.
Silver bells. Look at those Christmas stockings with hair on, cow hair on.
Oh,
It is.
and that auction is going right now.
Auction's going right now for that. Okay, so check this out. Our house is always decorated at Christmas time. I love Christmas time. And it doesn't take me hardly any time at all. So check this out. Actually, Suzette does it all. She just makes us look good all the time. Anyway, here we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, what else? And then we have that, and we have poinsettias on either side of the tree. But anyway, hey, tell you what, let me take you upstairs to my office. I want to show you one last cool thing. Well, two. Here's one. Leather handrail. Check out that baby.
That was your idea.
This was my idea. Okay, so Suzette decorated pretty much the rest of the house, but I got the leather handrail. So I'll just go up this way so you can see the leather handrail all the way up. That's not vinyl, folks. Okay, here we go. This is really cool. So here's my office. So check this out. You're gonna love this. Okay, you watching? I set this here so that it looks all staged. But look, oh, great Christmas present. But check this out. How about that, huh? Isn't this super cool? Just it. And you can put your timer in there, everything. I'm trying to hook up. If you happen to be a great then I would like to play you. I'm not great, but I want to get beat by the best. So it was Cross and I play at this table here. It's pretty cool. And that's kind of a sign of what might be coming too. It's called a campaign chair. Notice the campaign chairs around here. Anyways, so here we go. Just want to show you my cool chess set. Isn't that neat? I love it. I absolutely love it. Check this out. I'm so excited about this. It's got these burned in, hand burned in letters and numbers up the sides. Isn't that cool? Okay, so here we go. All right. I hate wasting time going downstairs.
And everybody thinks that he's falling. I'm not kidding. They're like, they do that, and I'm like, it's okay, he's just coming down the steps. That's what happens. So.
This is Peregrino seltzer water.
Oh, you know what? Before we do your Q&As, since it's just you guys here tonight, we're going to show you. You want to show them a couple things, little sneak peeks or anything? Got anything at all you want to show? I know you just showed them the biggie upstairs.
Chess set.
Okay.
It's so cool. When you see it in person, you'll like it even more.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, because you men out there, it's Christmas time if you didn't know. That's what all the decorations are about. And this right here. There you have it. Can you see that? That's a sneak peek for you and you only tonight. Now I'm calling this the down bucket bag. It's not in production. I made these. That's all I made. And I'm going to be auctioning it off coming up in the next few days or so.
With a red
But
pig.
look. Ew. So it's like a caramel color. It looks kind of like Saddleback's tobacco, but it is not Saddleback's tobacco. It's the Love 41. If you've got a Kivu bag, this is the leather. It's super soft and soft. So can you see that? Now, this here, the best part is the peekaboo inside, which I think is the bomb. Check that out. I don't know if you can see that. It's red. Here you go. Red. No, you can't really see. Sorry. Red. There you go. Red pigskin lined. Ah! There's something about that red pop that I love. But there's the bag here. There's the back. It's really soft. So that's a little sneak peek. Oh, and these two. These are probably going to come out into production next year, sweetheart. We'll do them in the Saddleback leathers, though, instead.
Yeah, and we won't have
Well, mine has Love 41, but because I'm auctioning these.
the silver leather.
This is silver. Can you see that? Set of 3. That's just 2 of them, but again, it's in my bag here. And check
Clovers
this out.
and angels and moons.
I only
and
have one
stars.
set of these, but I want to do more of these as well. I just think these are gorgeous. Set of 3, red suede. I'm not too good at this. Red suede. Look at it. Check that out. Isn't that cool? And the star. And then the Christmas tree. So that's just a little sneak peek for you guys. That's it. So.
I'm all out of things to say.
So am I. Believe it or not, because we rarely have we usually can talk anyone's ear off. So now we want to ask you if you have any questions. Let's see.
Say something.
Oh, there you go.
I just ordered a bag yesterday. Oh, this is
Oh, yeah.
Janet from Ohio. Janet, I just ordered a bag yesterday. I don't know who this is.
No, you don't know.
I just ordered a bag yesterday. Will it have the new stainless steel that you showed in your how to knock off a bag video? That's a great question. So here's what happened. But get this. We did a strength test on this stainless 316, okay? And we took it to a laboratory, had it independently analyzed. Strength, I think the pull test was like 800 pounds for it. It was like super, I mean, the stuff's amazing. They use it for ships, for parachuting. They use these exact clips without a swivel on all over the world when your life depends on it. And so we go, okay, we did all these polls and we did everything except, so this gal Jen works for us and she hooks up onto a dog collar because we have leashes we had leashes to launch with dog collars, and they're super cool leashes. I know it's kind of hard to say there's a super cool leash out there.
No, it is.
But this is a really cool leash. And so we go to launch, and she just happened to hook it onto my brother's dog, Dagny, and it just kind of hung loose and dropped off. We go, what? Hey, what happened? Why did it drop off? Put it on again and played around, and without any tension at all, it dropped off again. We go, what? Turns out, if it's with a certain type of D-ring, a certain thickness of D-ring, it comes off. Just the right thickness. Comes off. And we had, I'm not kidding, a lot of money worth of this hardware ready to go, ready to launch, ready to move all the new hardware over. And that happened.
Yeah. So what's the answer?
It just sucks.
The answer is no.
So no, not yet.
Yeah.
So all that to say, not yet. But we are working on it to switch it over. So believe me, it takes so long to switch over, and we just found that out a short while ago. So, from Paul, on the video for the front pocket briefcase, you say the large version is coming out soon. When is it coming out? Well, we need a minimum of 15-inch interior width for most boring corporate laptops. You know, you have
get a new laptop.
You can talk your boss into getting a laptop that lasts, has anyway, or a quality one, or you can wait. I already put that in motion just
Maybe next year.
about 2 weeks ago or so. I put it into motion that we need another 17-inch, correct, with the pockets, and so expect that in the first part of this year. You know, something else new is we're bringing back the old black leather for the military, because the military can't. They have to have a solid black. They can't. This black we use right now doesn't work. So we're in a newsletter. We said we were discontinuing it, and we are. We're just finishing up the last bit of we had, and then we're going into that new black. So I expect that here super soon. In fact, some might be shipping out soon.
So this one's from Curtis to you, sweetie. Dave, are the rumors true? Did you used to be a Young Life staffer?
Yes.
Love
yes,
Young Life.
absolutely. I loved Young Life. So Joe Barr, who's going down to Mexico with his wife, he was the Young Life director for El Paso, and I was living in Juarez, and so I was going to.
Wait, hold on.
So I was going to move. So I was going to start Young Life in Mexico, but we were going to start in Juarez, and Joe was going to mentor me to how to get it going right. But then Saddleback Leather got too busy. I got too busy with it, and so so I just started supporting Young Life instead of working for them.
If you don't know Young Life, you should look them up.
Great organization.
You can totally.
They're in like 50 countries around the world. They're also part of the ECFA, by the way.
So from Mark, is Mongol a black lab? In more ways than yes, he is. He is a bad boy.
He's got gray. He's white and black and white. Yeah, he's about 8 years old.
Yes.
Someone gave him up. 8 years old. They said he wouldn't stop growing.
He knocks everything over.
He's really nice.
He bites on things. He's sweet, but he's also kind of evil in a kind of a sense. You know, like black evil, but not really, but he is. But yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay?
Okay, so Jeff's asked, any ideas to make sleeves for Samsung tablets or laptops, anything? You know what? There's Samsung,
There you go.
Well, we're
Good job.
supporters. The
We're
whole house is
We're
Apple.
quality fans. So the question was, are we going to make any sleeves for like Samsung tablets or Samsung things? You know what? We're going to stick with Apple stuff. And the reason is because there are so many different brands. Someone's going to go, well, what about my Sony laptop? What about this laptop? What about this tablet? What about that tablet? And so I would prefer to just stick with one, and they do quality usually. They have problems too. Everyone's got problems. Everyone messes up. But they're the most consistent that I've seen for quality, ease of use. So we're going to stick with them. Will you be making SBL guitar? Yes. And the coolest hard case you've ever seen.
From Andy, when is your next Africa trip, and would you take others with you? We are going in February, actually. We're not going to be taking a team this time, although some women have already jumped on board with me, which is cool. I'm excited about that. We take people with us. We have cut back a little. We took 3 teams this last summer, and no one has ever done that before through African New Life. But we did a great job. We loved it, enjoyed it.
We think so.
And I think we did a good job. We did.
She leads them for the most part, so it's real easy for me. I just go.
Well, usually, like last time I got sick, and so that's why I said a good job, because I didn't get sick. That's the only reason I said good job, because I didn't get sick. So I think that's a good job. But yes, we do take people when we go, but we're not taking people in February.
And on the way back, we're going to Morocco. And if anyone knows Ali Sabar in Morocco, he's the Morocco's chess champion.
Oh.
I want to play him, Ali Sabar. So if you can get a hold of him, would you have him get a hold of Dave at saddlebackleather.com? And that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah. From Sean. Oh, look at that. Merry Christmas from Eastern Russia.
Merry Christmas to you too,
Oh,
Sean.
my goodness. Oh.
A while ago, I heard a rumor of a soft-sided suitcase. Any more developments? You know, if you look through the Facebook pictures, you'll see it in the back of my truck. And yes, part of the year, we finally perfected it. I was having a problem with it getting soft. It was kind of pulling up and deforming. We started in 2012 carrying it around the world. And yes, we're one little tweak, and we're ready to go. So
next year.
Hopefully first quarter next year,
Yeah.
2015, and we have that baby and a carry-on.
Yeah, we've been using ours for years. I love
From
our
Rich.
soft-sided souvenirs.
Dave, how about shoes, boots, coats, jackets? Please.
That's a toughie.
I love boots.
We love
Jackets?
shoes. We love jackets. We
Um,
love leather.
I've got a leather jacket. It goes with my suit. But
But,
no plans for leather jackets or boots anytime soon.
No.
But I've got a guy named Julian Imrie, and he has a company called Julian Boots. He designs for these different boots for different companies. Real boots are all really nice, and he said, Dave, if you ever want to do boots, you let me know. I'll design them based on your style, because I wouldn't really know how to design boots so well. But he would. So yeah, if we do them, Julian Imrie, julianboots.com.
We might one
doing
day.
it.
We can't say we will never, ever, but
But
I'll
they'll
tell
be
you,
really
it'll be
cool
a while though.
and really comfortable.
Yeah.
From Mark, what's the chance we could see an heirloom, non-refillable journal from SBL? There's a good chance of that. Let's just put it that way. There's a good chance. Okay. From Damon.
Oh.
Dave, what is your favorite stick cigar? I would say Headley Grange, maybe. Or, let's see.
Cuban, anything Cuban.
Monte Cristo. I would like those. What was that? This one. Different people send me cigars. So I've tried a whole lot, and I don't remember all the names of them. But definitely, you can't go wrong with the Headley Grange. Let's see. From Josh. Guess we may see some of those chairs in the store for sale.
We so want to do furniture.
Okay. So I talked to this guy who I know down in Mexico, and he made furniture for the entire White House in Mexico. It's called Los Pinos, is the White House there. And they said, we want furniture like this leather. So he's really good. And so we may have him. So I gave him one of those chairs upstairs. I gave him upstairs, and I said, to Mexico, and I said, here's that I want. I don't like it like this. I don't know why they made it like this. Could you make it for me? And he said yes. So he was supposed to come on with us on November 20th, but he's not answering any phone calls or anything. But anyway, that was the first thing that he was supposed to do, was to make that chair. So as soon as, and then some, don't be surprised if you see some trunks that you would some steamer type trunks.
I think one day we'll be doing furniture. Seriously, I love to
Seriously.
design. I love furniture. I love interior. And Dave's very creative. We're both in different ways.
really?
So, well, you are, baby. So I'm like, furniture.
Okay,
Good
from
boy.
Subtext, why not make some men's bags from that softer leather?
This leather. My dog
Chi-Chi.
is wearing my bag though.
Chi-Chi.
This one, you mean? Yeah. Okay. It's pretty dang cool. That's a question for you, sweetheart.
It could happen.
Oh, sorry. Again,
Sorry,
the
Mongol.
dogs are getting excited.
They get
I'm
jealous.
sorry.
So I scratch one, and then the other one comes up and wants to be
Is
scratched
it
too.
Mongol?
So we would.
Sit down.
There's a chance. There's a chance, but not in 2000. Not in the first half of 2015, but it could happen.
From Paul.
I see and love the firearm products you've come out with. A couple of months ago, I mentioned to your support team that some archery items would be really great. Any thoughts on archery items? You know what? I don't know so much about that. So,
It's hard to design things that you don't know much about. That's tough because you really want to be designing things that you are familiar with.
yeah, like when I was
Hard.
in middle school, when I lived in South Texas near Beeville, Texas, and my cousin lived on a ranch, and so we used to go to his house, and we both had these fiberglass yellow bows, and we would bend them over and put the string on, and then we would shoot arrows all day long. It was so great, and actually I got pretty good at archery. But as far as then my uncle had a compound bow, and I couldn't pull it back. So, and then I got busy traveling and in Mexico a lot, and yeah, I just never got back into it when I was stronger. But I bought a crossbow one time. That was pretty cool. But I don't see that coming up anytime soon. From Eddie, when will you be putting the chess chairs on your site?
Is that Eddie DeJong?
DeYoung.
DeYoung. Is it Eddie
It's pronounced
DeYoung?
DeJong. It looks like DeJong.
Yeah, it's DeJong.
O-N-G.
Yeah.
We went to
I
Mexico
always
with
say
him.
it wrong.
So I'm not sure about the humidor stuff. We'll see. Probably. And then the campaign chairs, those will probably, well, as soon as we get them made really well. And so I get kind of picky and things take a long time sometimes. So maybe by summer, we'd hopefully have the campaign chairs, and they'll be great campaign chairs. So the idea behind campaigns is the British used to go on military campaigns, or they go on a hunting campaign or some sort of territorial conquest campaign, and they would pack boxes, and then they would stack them on the ships, and they would go. And then when they when they get to where they're going, they'd put them together, and it was real easy to put them together, and they're really comfortable. So the campaign chair, or a rookie chair, was one of the main ones they used. So really comfortable. So that's why they're called campaign chairs, because the British up through the 1800s, but you can't get them hardly ever here in the U.S. I don't know why.
From Allie.
Ali.
Ali or Allie? Suzette. Okay, Allie. Suzette, you showed a sneak peek of a new wallet in a video for a product. New Love 41 wallet? Yes, the answer is yes. Actually, that wallet my sister Tina and I designed together. It's her first product that she designed with me, and it's just the right size. Because I think with wallets and women, we have to have different sizes. Every woman is different about their wallet. So I thought this size is next. And you know what I just realized? Have you seen that? Can you see that? That sucker out. Dave's off. You're not selling that on Love 41. You're selling that on Saddleback.
Let me do that. You're not selling that on Love 41. You're selling it on Saddleback,
See
woman.
That is
Not really. I didn't say it like that.
Bam.
Yeah,
So,
it has a
that's
little
another
buckle.
sneak peek.
It has a little
It's
buckle.
a little mini, and it's like size 6 to 8. It's like 2.5 sizes you can fit on this.
All right. So Changamalo. Dave, did you ever eat at Chico's Tacos in El Paso? Every, 3 days I ate at
You even
Chico's
took
Tacos.
me there when I came to visit you the first time.
A double, baby. Double.
Yes. The answer is yes.
With water, because I didn't have much money. Double.
Okay, dogs are going to start getting riled up again here.
Samuel, is the new MacBook Pro sleeve just as resistant against drops as the old one? You know what? I think it's even more so. And actually, I've got one upstairs. I designed it so the bottom comes together and it goes the length of it like that. And so it stitches, so that's the absorbing part, kind of like the different iPad sleeves and stuff. There's stitching along the bottom, and then the sides are just don't get beat so much as does if your bag is dropped and you drop your bag and it hits. That's where the protection comes in. So yeah, I love the design. So we took out the neoprene because we have the shock absorber of the leather sewn together down the bottom.
All right.
Okay, Opium W2. Really?
You should make camp folding stools. Please, Dave.
Oh, I found this one in an antique store. You know that little one that unfolds? You
A
squat down on it?
tiny mini
Yeah,
one?
it's like it
It's
fits in like a pouch.
Seriously, it's like this much of a seat.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I thought about making one. Let me do the campaign chairs first, and then we'll go for that. And it folds up into this little, seriously, into you put it almost into my pouch.
I could put it in my tote. No, I could put it in the bag I just showed you earlier.
Smaller than that. It's like,
it's tiny.
yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, actually that I want to be doing, different kinds of chairs and chests and stuff like that.
All right. Austin, what's the best you guys have in your home? Is it the railing? Ooh, that is a really good question.
No, that's
by the
easy.
way.
That's easy. It's my office chair. It's my office chair. It's awesome. Seriously, it's really cool. In fact, you might even see one of those one day on the site. It's really cool. And it's comfortable.
My mind's going.
So I have a problem with the piston underneath, for the rise up and down. So this one, since it's a really old chair and I had it recovered, when you lean forward or to the side, it sinks slowly down. So I'm up on the desk. It's super lame. But when I do the pictures and stuff, I prop it up in a video so it looks like it's not broken. So I'm thinking about one that would either spin around up and down, or that it would have like a not a piston, but it would click out of the jack.
I think the sad thing is people come to our house and maybe they've never been here before and they go, "Oh, your house smells like leather." And Dave and I are like, "That totally sucks because we don't smell it." Seriously, we do not smell our leather anymore. Our nose are dead. It's so sad. Seriously.
Okay, Guerrero. L. Guerrero.
Guerrero. What happened with the DSI holsters, sir?
Dude, that's been a long time.
That was
in 2011.
He wants to
Yeah.
know.
So I loved it. I couldn't come up with a strap for the camera itself because I didn't want it coming loose, and so I just put that on hold. But I wouldn't be surprised.
You worked on that a lot, though, honey. A lot.
That's the one I have. It's like a $10,000 holster because I spent that much money on it. Seriously. And I spent, I don't know how many. Yeah, that's just kind of a sore subject. But we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. This is the way I kind of designed some things. I put things on hold. And so I'll work on a new iPad case recently. And I finished, and I was like, you know what? I just don't like it. So put it on hold. And then, but in 3 years, I might go, hey, remember that one iPad case that had the flaps that went over the edge? And they'll go, yeah. And I'll go, where is that? And they'll pull it out, and I'll go, oh, yeah, let's use this, and let's change it. Okay, Eddie G, will you ever make small classic briefcases in the new colors?
Well, we did.
No.
But no, we're not. Sorry. CMK Co. CMK
A thinner classic briefcase would be great, 5 inches or so.
A thinner classic.
With the straps around it? Like the
5 inches
extra
or
straps?
so?
About 5 inches deep.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that'd be.
I'll consider it. Because I've seen those around, so we're toying around with that idea of thickness, some are 4 inches. So, yeah, you never know. That could happen. Calanthea Farmer.
Suzette, what about a bracelet with a hidden pocket for ID, money, or a key? You know what? I haven't thought about that. That's a great idea. Email me at Suzette@love41.com and remind me of that, and I may just put that into production next year. Thanks to you. Well, we're going to have to be wrapping it up here soon, and
Well, you know what?
That's fun.
Actually, I thought about doing a belt, like having the on the inside of it, like you would stuff like a $20 bill in there, have a little slit that you
Little
would slide
slit in
in. So money would be kind of hard to get out. You'd have to get it out with a key or something, or you could put a key in. And I thought, hey, that'd be cool to have a belt. Looks like it has a key on the inside. It wouldn't. No one would ever see it. It'd just be there. So kind of like that, sort of.
Well, hey, you guys. This was our first time doing this, so we had a little technical difficulty at first, but thank you for hanging in there.
Both of you.
Yeah, the two of you, you two faithful people, Jennifer and Benjamin Roach.
Hey.
We know you two are probably watching. I don't think anyone
Mom.
else may
Hi,
be,
Mom.
but thank you, Mom. But anyhow.
And Eva.
Eva.
Woohoo!
Hey, thank you, Eva, for watching tonight, and thank you for coming into our home with us. Meeting Chi-Chi and Mongo, our crazy dogs, tonight. They really are sweet. Sometimes Mongo can be a little pain in the rear end, but
And
really
thank you
a
for
sweet
just
dog.
thank you for just being in all of this with us. We appreciate it. We like
thank you.
having just the right people in there. So, and we
Merry.
want to wish you a very, very warm
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you very much. Bye.
So long.